YouTube, what's the deal? It's your brother Sam Mack, and I'm back again with another video to talk some more boxing with my people. Make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you can stay notified when I drop that heat on you. Alright, so I just wanted to go ahead and just drop this video because this is just something that I've just really kind of had on my mind for a while. And I haven't spoken on this on my channel, but I just needed to go ahead and finally speak on this. And it has to do a lot with just the lack of integrity with boxing fans. And specifically you motherfuckers that have been defending Ryan Garcia. Ever since him and Devin Haney had their fight, where Ryan Garcia's punk ass came in overweight on PEDs because he needed an edge, and the fight got overturned because he popped dirty. But then you have a bunch of butter biscuit eating, tap dancing, buck dancing Sambos, and a bunch of racist Latinos who don't care that Ryan Garcia cheated, just as long as Devin Haney, the black man, got his motherfucking ass whooped and humbled. That's all they care about. They don't care about the integrity of the sport. They don't care that Ryan being on juice, that he could have possibly done permanent damage to Devin Haney. They didn't care about that. But if the shoe was on the other foot and had Devin Haney done this exact same shit that Ryan was doing to him, y'all would call for his head. Him and Bill Haney both. And truth be told, after that fight, that's why I stopped making content after a while. Like, I just didn't want to do it no more. Because just the lack of integrity in the sport. How are y'all going to go to the defense of a motherfucker who cheated and villainize the person who got cheated? Like, make that make sense to me. Like, make that make sense. And then you have all of these so-called social media scientists who want to go on the internet talking about, oh, Ryan only had, he only had a small amount in his system and this, that, and the third. Well, it shouldn't have been in the system, first of all. It don't matter what the amount was. Secondly, he was 60 times over the limit. So, and also, during the lead up to the fight, where they have, you know, the pre-show, I can't think of the name of what they call it now. On the road or whatever the pre-show is, building up to the fight for the zone. But they had Ryan Garcia on there with the fucking IV trying to flush himself out on video. Evidence is out there, presentable to the world, and then you still have these stupid ass motherfucking Ryan fans and you coon ass Sambos sitting up here defending this dude because y'all lack integrity and y'all don't have any knowledge of self. And then you have the Mexican fans, and I can't even say that it's all Mexicans, but it's a good chunk of them that simply just defend this dude because he's Mexican. It don't matter that he cheated. It's that national pride, and they're going to support their guy no matter what, even though Ryan Garcia is American and don't even speak Spanish. But because he's of Mexican descent, they're going to ride for their guy no matter what. So they don't care that he cheated. They just care. It don't matter how he got the win, just as long as he got it. But then Ryan Garcia took a plea deal for cheating, getting popped for his A and his B sample. Then he had every excuse under the sun, blaming everybody under the sun who was around him. First he said that the supplements he was taking were contaminated. It was ashwagandha. Then it was some other shit that he was supposedly taking, and sent back the supplements to the manufacturer contaminated, but they ran the lot numbers that Ryan Garcia had and found no contamination in any of the products. So that lie was debunked. Ryan said that he had a hair follicle test done that cleared That was debunked because it was long after the fight. So that had no relevancy at all to the fight. And then for over the course of a year, and specifically on my Facebook, and this is why I'm very selective with the people that I talk to in regards to boxing. Cause truth be told, it's a lot of y'all be doing a lot of the people that follow me on Facebook that be trying to talk boxing. They be doing a lot of jig cutting and buck dancing and whatnot. And after this fight, so many folks that I knew sat back and cut jigs and buck danced and defended Ryan Garcia and just cooned out. And it was just pitiful to see. This is how easy it is for y'all to just cut a jig like that. And then when it gets revealed that this dude cheated, y'all still want to villainize the man that got cheated. Because you want to take up for this motherfucker that... For what? And then Ryan Garcia, who was drunk leading up to the fight, allegedly was taking drugs. He was definitely smoking some bud, because we've seen that on camera. And then he was hosting these Twitter spaces, acting erratic, talking shit about F all N-words and small hats and Muslims, and saying that he would revive George Floyd so he can join the KKK and unalive him again. And then you have these motherfucking Ryan defenders still defending this dude? You so-called black fans that still defend this dude after this? Y'all ain't shit. And anybody that defends Ryan Garcia at this point in time, you ain't shit. And you're a fucking scumbag. I don't care who you are. Like, I'm going to look at, even if I know you and you're defending this dude, I'm going to look at you funny. Because all that tells me is that you lack integrity. You don't give a fuck about the sport for real. And you be willing to sell out your own people for the right amount. It's just disgusting, man. Just the way that Bill Haney and Devin Haney just get the hate that they do because they're a successful father-son team who don't have a boss, so they're not signed to any promotional company. Devin Haney got his own promotional company, so he's his own boss. Bill Haney's not doing anything different than any other promoter out here. Bob Arum, Frank Warren, goddamn Eddie Hearn, Salita, with Salita Promotions, Demetrius Salita. That's what a promoter does. You promote the fighter. And Bill Haney is helping run DHP, Devin Haney Promotions. What is a promoter supposed to do? Promote their fighter. And because they happen to be a father-son team, a black father and son team, a lot of y'all haters seem to have a problem with that because you have this successful father-son duo doing big things in the sport of boxing. And it's just really pitiful, man, because it's like, what do y'all really have to hate on these men for? Like, what do y'all really have to hate on these brothers for? Devin's not out here getting in trouble and acting stupid and failing drug tests for steroids and out here getting drunk and doing stupid shit. But y'all always got everything under the sun to try to villainize this dude. And he's the one that's running towards all the smoke in the sport. He's calling everybody out. Don't nobody want to fight. So he's just basically having to take whoever he can get at this point because everybody got an excuse. Keyshawn Davis just got his whole car pulled because he did all of that wolfing about how he wanted the Devin Haney fight. Gets to the purse bid. It was completely transparent to the public just for him to fold and tuck his tail and turn down the fight. And then Bob Arum does an interview saying that they were still going to offer Keyshawn Davis the $3 million that they were going to offer him in the beginning. And he still turned it down. And then Shakur Sanchez, Twitterson, who's got every excuse and contradiction in the world to not fight Haney. First, he wanted to fight Haney at a catch weight of 144 pounds. Then he wanted him to vacate his belt to fight him. and just making every excuse to not take the fight. But when Haney was undisputed at 135, Shakur was offered 25% of undisputed for 4 belts. But he pressed the WBC for that 1 belt and got 1 belt and less money and didn't even get the fight. Because Devin ended up going and moving up to 140. So Shakur turned down his biggest payday, but you want to add all of these stipulations and all of this nonsense. But then you contradicted yourself on the Breakfast Club because you said to them on the radio that you would fight Conor Benn at 154 pounds. So you would come up to 154 to fight Conor Benn, but you don't want to fight Devin Haney at the 147 limit. Come on, man. And then all you suckers that sit up here and make excuses for this dude, y'all ain't no better, man. Y'all just making excuses for this Buster the Duck. And then if he lose, he gonna probably cry again, just like he did during the Olympics. See, these dudes nowadays, man, they scared to lose, man. They don't want to be great no more. Don't nobody want to be king of the hill. And that's why I rock with Devin Haney, man, because he don't turn down no smoke, and he's trying to fight the best competition out here. Meanwhile, you have these clowns like Shakur Stevenson and Keyshawn Davis and Tank Davis who focus on trying to keep their undefeated record intact and don't want to fight the best competition out here that they really are supposed to be fighting without any type of stipulations or excuses involved. And this is wrong with the sport of boxing right now because you got these dudes making excuses not to fight each other, which you basically just made it easy for punk-ass Dana White and Nick Khan ass to come in with that Zuffa boxing shit and start pilling fighters left and right. Now you done made a lane for them to come in here and fuck shit up. Because now Dana White talking about how Zuffa is not recognizing any of the 4 sanctioning bodies and only recognizing Ring Magazine and Zuffa's belt, which they've only given out 1 belt as of the recording of this video to Jai Opataya. But they ain't had no Zuffa title fights since then. And then they want to amend the Muhammad Ali Act because Dana White is cool with the orange guy in office. So he's got him in his pocket to where he can try to make amends to change that. It's just the fucked up space, man. And then you just, these punk ass fighters, man, just not wanting to dare to be great. And it's like, y'all will get more respect fighting the best competition, even if you lose, because you went out there and made the effort to try to beat the best. But if you sit up here and just tweet and talk shit all day, every day about these guys and ain't fighting them, well then, man, that makes you look like a sucker. You're just doing all that wolfing for nothing. Then you stop tweeting and start fighting. Like, man, I don't know what's wrong with this new generation of boxers and fans, man, but it's a lot of bitch assness and just hoe ass shit that people are just too comfortable with enabling and glorifying nowadays, man. It's sick, man. And then for you black fighters out here, like Keyshawn and Shakur and Tank, y'all just don't have any knowledge of self as black men. And it's really, really sad. Like, y'all will sit up here, get up in Ryan Garcia's face and want to be buddies with him after he done said all that racist stuff. And then you have other like-minded raccoons like them that tap dance and want to be cool and just let that stuff just kind of roll off their shoulders. It's pitiful, man. You niggas are cowards. But I want to know what my people think. Leave your comments below. Until next time, this is Sam Mac Boxing TV with another one. And I'm gone.